kind of hung out and talked about ranked and all that good stuff. So you're welcome to join in, hang out, and all that fun stuff.
Okay, I'll let you do your thing.
Now, if you're following, if you're on the Twitch stream, you'll be able to see what I'm broadcasting live. Well, technically 20 seconds delayed. And we're going to start with episode or a replay of the Kiev, asked by Mr. Wraith413. I'm in here. How you doing, sir? Alright, now this is Lightninger in the Kiev, one of my, well, quite honestly, he's a pretty darn good player in the Kiev. So, yeah, and this is ranked battles. Now, this is at the lower tier, so we'll see some interesting stuff here. I'm in here. I'm doing fine, thanks. I ranked out on Friday night, so yeah, suddenly I have time. So we're gonna do this one, then we'll hop into my replay. I'll share that with you guys. What I thought we could do is all download it together, watch it together, try to sync up, and just kind of be a fly in the wall and see what you guys think. Okay, so Kiev. Great things about the Kiev. Good speed, pretty darn good range, especially the AFT. Look at that, 14.7 kilometer range. 7.1 concealment, so I'm thinking that we've got a concealment expert Kiev build here, which is interesting. Gives you an awful lot of room to play with. 8-kilometer torpedoes, which are fun. And the guns, of course, 130mm Soviet guns. They're just beautiful. Lego, you enjoy the Kiev?
Yes, sir.
Man, oh man, I ranked out when it was, back when it was tier 7, you know, before they did the Russian split.
Yeah, before the nerf, it was the most feared DD out there.
Yeah.
Way back in beta.
Unfortunately, I missed out on the pre-nerf stats because I took my time grinding up the lines. Now this is mountain range, and Kiev is perfectly suited for this kind of a map. It's a huge map. The caps are closer this time, but the ship, as you can see, 44.4 knots right now. This thing's just a speed demon. That's without even having speed boost on. No, Lego, you don't need to apologize whatsoever. This is what we typically have done, like I said, in the past couple of weeks. Just get together, hang out in voice chat, talk about the season. And I'm surprised Saru hasn't popped in yet. Maybe he's still doing ranked.
Old man Saru?
Yeah.
I saw him yesterday. Haven't seen him today.
I ran into him a couple of times in ranked, and boy. The jerk, we get into the same battle, and then he's like, I wonder if Zath's playing, and he just hits the battle button, and bing, we're in the same battle. It's like, argh! At least we're on the same team, though. So, one of the wonderful things about Kiev and ranked is you can just kind of, if you can get on their flank, get behind them, and just start pew-pewing, I mean, there's little to no way that they can deal with you. And it's just so much fun trolling people with it and pulling people away from their intended battle. Love it.
Yeah, Kiev, like the Khabarovsk, operates the same way. Just got on the flank and just harass people. And if you can do it well, it can win you games pretty easily.
Yep. Now, Lightninger sent me a Kava replay in ranked. I asked him for one specifically because he was going to play around with a different build. And so I hope we can get to that today, too. I'd really like to see how he built his Kava for ranked. And yes, SAT, it wouldn't be ranked without salt. Now looking at the minimap, it's interesting that Lo Yang is running away from C, because he was in a very strong position there. It's also interesting Lightninger is willing to just go into the middle like he is right now and just gun down the enemy Kiev. Basically daring the whole enemy team to shoot him. Now notice too, he's not running priority target, so he doesn't know how many people are focusing him. My guess is he had to give that up in order to set his build for ranked.
Well, when you're APD shooting in the open, assume everyone's shooting at you.
That's true. Interestingly enough, it looks like a lot of them gave up. Smoking for the Atago. Teamwork there. And this wouldn't be ranked without a teammate that's not listening. Nope, now he's turning in. Now we haven't seen the Akizuki yet. How much you want to bet the Akizuki is about to torpedo this North Carolina at A?
Yeah, that was my thinking. The Akizuki went up from B to A.
SAT, you can't be kidding me. You can't be serious. Find that shooting your teammates gets their attention? Hey, dummy, here's smoke. Have it.
Is this a recent, or is this like current people stuck in the 23 to 10?
This is probably... Oh, there's the Akizuki. Probably a week ago at this point. Maybe 2. Lightninger was, he played a bunch of Kiev games, and then he asked me if I wanted to put him up, and I said, well, you know, I can. He's bringing up a decent point. He's aiming kind of low. A lot of shatters. Only 15 penetrating hits and 35 non-pens so far. So SAT says he aims for the armored areas, just use a little bit of AP, tap them on the side, bounce the shell, and then they go, what the heck? I notice Lightninger is using the special... Oh. Using the special module for engine boost duration. 3 minutes of zip around the map.
Helps to avoid getting team killed, apparently.
Yeah. Interesting, he's not willing to go to that side. He's staying in the mid. And that would be why, New Orleans. Oh no, his radar! I find it interesting that the Kag and Lo Yang have decided they're just going to torp the Bismarck and then get to B-cap.
Yeah, I feel like players who are experienced clan battles, a lot more reserves. Like we would probably not do something like that, but to hell with, you know, our intentions here.
Absolutely.
You know, we're always like, we have the 2 caps, we have control. I mean, obviously we would push because they're overextending themselves now, but it's working.
I just find it interesting that the Kiev and Lo Yang or Akizuki I should say, are right next to each other. And here's a good opportunity to use broadside, or AP into the broadside I mean, but never mind. Oh. Right over the superstructure of his ally. Nice double strike.
I was watching a guy who was playing rank for the first time earlier in the week, and he was at rank 16. And it seems like it's a legitimate strategy just to go all out and just kill everyone and not control caps at those ranks, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
And it's more fun and engaging, but, you know, as long as they're having fun.
Well, I mean, there was one season where I gave up on the season, so like the next season I started, I think at like 22 or, you know, really low. And it was really fun just climbing up the ranks.
Yeah, but before the meta gets stale, definitely, it's, you kind of don't know what to expect when you're playing the, like a squall team in clan battles.
Right. Oh, and survived. That was kind of close at the end there. I mean, in terms of him surviving. Okay, well, as usual, game crashed. Lol. Alright, those of you guys watching the stream, did you enjoy that? Was that kind of a fun battle to watch? Tell you what, how about we follow that up with a Kaba replay?
I'd say it was exciting. They don't have the stale meta that we have at the tier 10. You just hide behind islands the whole time. Just go out there and blast people and have fun.
Yeah. Kind of nice, isn't it? I mean, I would imagine with you playing DM, you felt that it got pretty stale pretty quick, right? Because you kind of pick up a defensive position and wait, I guess, in a sense, for them to charge after you.
Yeah, I mean, for DM and ranked,